Mm. Yes, Lord. You're he. Check, check. You're he. You're he. Hold on. You're he. Check, check. You're he. You're he. You're he. Mm, mm. You're he. No, that London. You're he to that. Mm. 420 if you got that first of all. First of all, 420 if you have that. Mhm. Wicked. Grand old chat room. How we doing, family? What's good? What is good? Who we got in the building? Nice and early. Saute in the building. Wicked. Niceness. Day one, obviously. How we doing, day one? Much love to you. Chilling like a villain. Hey, we had good weather today, S. We had good weather. So that means what? You had good weather, right? You must have had pucker weather, right? I know that's right. I know that's right. Most definite. Good day to you, sir. Rasta in the building. How we doing, Mr. Rasta? Much love to you. Much love. Salutes to you and the family. Always, always. Yes, sir. Me set lay low. Top cat in the building. Big up to you, family. Much love. Much love. Big up. You done know. AJ in the building. Salutes to AJ. Yes, sir. Wicked. Wicked. Niceness. Niceness. Got the mandem in the building early. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Big up the mandem. Mm-hmm. That's what we like to see. Oh, geez, in the building. Yes, sir. Niceness. Wicked. So what's cracking, man? Today's been a good day. Today's been a good day. Been sunshine, everything. Laughter, children, just birds, trees, blue skies, all of that stuff, right? Over here, anyway. Over here. It's been good. I'm pretty sure most of you had good days, good skies. I heard it was raining in some parts of the USA. You know, we were speaking about balance earlier. Uh, if I got the sunshine and you got rain, is that really balance? Mm? Is that how it goes? Is that how balance goes? Okay, you can have that if that's how it goes. Sounds like farming to me. But yeah, man, we're here nevertheless. Mm, we are here nevertheless. I've been having a little look over at Bro Sanchez the other day. I mean, that's all I can do is look, right? Because I'm still banned. He banned me. He banned me. Right? Still banned. It's been about 3 years. Wild, right? Wild. But yeah, I noticed he was doing a stream with what's his name? Actually, I won't go into that part, but I'll get into. Hold on a second. He was covering a cat called Charleston White, right? And he's got a little beef with Charleston White at the moment. You know, Charleston White said a few things about the flat Earth. Oh Lord, God forbid you say something about flat Earth and Bro Sanchez catch winds of it. Especially if you're a celebrity, right? If you're a celebrity, he's definitely gonna, you know, scrutinize you. So yeah, be aware for that one, right? But yeah, he went into a bit of a. Let's have a look. Actually, let's get into it. All right, so he's talking about the what's this one? Charleston White space is fake, and there is a firmament around the globe. Right, a firmament around the globe. Interesting. Hey, what's happening, Powder Dusty? Flows in the building, salutes. D'Angelo in the building, salutes. Max 7 in the building, salutes. Yes, sir. Got the Belfast child in the building. Wicked. Stand up, Ireland. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to the grand old chat room.
So Charleston White said that space is fake, but he said that the Earth still ain't flat. He said the Earth ain't flat, but there is a firmament, and he used the Bible to justify the firmament, as if that same Bible then described the Earth as a circle and not a sphere. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something today that I'm going to predict, and I'm not no prophet. I'm just going to tell you I know how deceptive these people are. This is what's going to happen if I open up that phone line.
What's gonna happen? Let me know, since you're such a prophet. You know what's going on, right? You let me know what's going on. Right. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants that link, it's on request, right? If you want to add to the build, you want to tell me something, let me know, right? Yurhi, 420. Let's go.
See, the Bible is supposed to be said to be the book that's here to teach us, right? But what you find so often, if the Bible is here to correct us, right? Why do so many people end up trying to correct the Bible? Because what happens is people will say, well, the Bible don't mean a circle. The Bible meant a spirit, says a circle, but it meant, I mean, don't you think that the people who wrote...
Hey, see, now that part's up for debate, right? That part right there, whether the circle means, a sphere or a dome, right? It's one half, right? End of the day, yeah, you can get a circle from a sphere, depending how you're looking at things. And the same with a dome, right? So, if the throne is seated above the earth and you're looking down, you're more than likely going to see a ring. You're not going to see a dome, right? I could be wrong, but hey, physics, geometry, right? Sacred geometry at that. This is the thing. It's the sacred things we need to be looking into, right? That's one of the sacred geometries. It hides many things. The ring. From the ring, you get many shapes, right? The ring birthed many shapes. Let's keep going.
wrote the Bible know the difference between a CD and a basketball? Do you think that? They were prophets. They can tell the future, but they can't get shapes right. They...
You got the Mason hands going on. Why do people empower people when they're lecturing and they always got these hands thing going on? I don't know.
need your pastor's help with that one, y'all. The people that wrote the Bible can see the future, but they need some Christian today to tell them the difference between a circle and a sphere. We're going to talk about it today because you can't bring up biblical cosmology and be selective and picky about it. It's one thing for Charleston White to give his opinion on what he thinks the conception of our reality is. It's another thing to try to justify it with the Bible. When you do that, you leave yourself vulnerable for correction, for challenge, for debate. Someone can say, well, hey, now, the Bible don't say that. Or it can say the Bible do say that. So we'll open up the call lines today for both sides.
I'm glad you know that, because if you're saying the Bible, opens it up, yeah, for discussing, I mean, that's facts. Because you was actually gonna run with the Bible, right? You was actually coming with the biblical flat earth, right? So that's up for discussion. That is up for discussion, right? The biblical flat earth.
If you're saying the Bible says that the earth is a globe, call in and we would like the scriptures and we would like to hear you out. I'm saying that the Bible supports a flat earth cosmology. I'm also saying that the people that wrote the Bible were flat earthers. They were ancient Hebrews.
Gee, the people that wrote the Bible was flat earthers. Huh? The people that wrote the Bible was flat earthers. You heard it here first. All right? Hand on the chin and shit. Hand on your chin, chinny, chin. Yeah, okay. That's news to me. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Cosmology. I'm also saying that the people that wrote the Bible were flat earthers. They were ancient Hebrews. And during those times, everyone subscribed to a flat earth ideology. Now, you
See, but hold on. Ancient Hebrews, right? Okay. 1 second. Because if you're gonna say that, right, give me a second. Give me a second. Should I have it ready? But give me a sec. Got it here somewhere. All right, let's go here. Here we are. The ancient Hebrew, right? I mean, you said that out of your own mouth, though. Ancient Hebrew, that's a sphere again, right? There ain't no dome in the ancient Hebrew cosmology. It's a complete sphere. Let me hear you say that shit again.
that wrote the Bible were flat earthers. They were ancient Hebrews. And during those times, everyone subscribed to a flat earth ideology. Now, you can say, well, the ancient people were wrong, Sanchez, just because they were ancient don't make them right. And you would be definitely right. But the reason I want to bring up this is because you have a lot of deceivers who like to say that the ancient people were never flat earthers. And it's because when you look at the glory of the ancient world, the people that built the
Look.
pyramids, when you think of the Mayan, you
Hold
have
on.
the some of the old
Hold on, see, that's crazy because he's talking about deceivers and ancient cosmology, ancient Hebrew at that, right? But they're showing you a sphere living inside of the sphere, right? They're showing you hollow earth. Matter of fact, they're all showing you hollow earth. If you want to talk about the ancients, they're talking about living inside of the sphere. I'll give you that some of them do look like domes and stuff, but that's for a different segment. But the majority of it is the sphere, even the ring, right? You got the ring. That is another toss up. The ring, is it a dome or is it a sphere? Right? But for the most part of it, it's a sphere. It's the egg, right? It's the egg. Not even the Greeks. They got a complete sphere with a mountain in the middle. Right? Babylonian conception. Sphere. Concentric, with a mountain in the middle. Right? Sphere with an island in the middle. Right? Vikings, a sphere. Look, it's even got another hemisphere down here. It goes all the way under, and that's where Sheol is, the underworld. All right. So I'm trying to find out where this dome is. Right? Where is this dome that these flat earthers talk about? You want to talk about, deceiving people. You keep talking about this dome, but you look at the ancients and they're all showing you spheres. Like, even the Egyptians, I mean, it kind of looks like a dome, I guess. Well, containment rather, right? Ground and something going over. Yeah, containment. Right? If anything, they look similar to, if it's on the ground, right? Anything like this, right? on the ground level. You'd get it like this. You'd think you're in a dome. If you was in something like this, you would just see the top of it. You'd think you're in a dome, not knowing you're in a complete globe, right? You're in a lens, you're in another containment here. And this is what the ancients probably was talking about. Because look, I mean, if we're going to talk about firmaments and openings and windows, right? If we're going to talk about windows, right, of the cosmos, right, windows and openings, here we go. The only part on the body which has a window, right, an opening. And we still dance around these little things, right? We still dance around these things. But let's keep going, man. Let's keep going.
Oldest astronomical systems on Earth, the oldest calendars, which are predicting the motion of the stars thousands of years long after these cultures are gone. The question would be, how can dumb ancient flat earthers make such predictions that come true, such as the Dogon, the Maya, and all of them made their predictions of the heavens and stars based upon flat earth cosmology. If it was wrong, they won't be right.
No, it wasn't flat Earth cosmology. It was hollow Earth. Everybody knew it was hollow Earth, right? But let's keep going.
That's simple, but we want to push that even further today. We don't just want to leave you with that. We want to get mechanical. We want to talk about the shape of the earth we live on. Just quite simply put, you walking on top of a horizon line.
All right, shape of the Earth. All right, let's stick with that first because we had a look at some of the biblical ones, right? Sorry, biblical, the ancient, apparently the ancient ones, right? So we've got these ones here, right? I wanna, 1 second. Let me go over here a sec. Where is it? Oh, okay, good. Now, boom. Let's go with this one. Now, this is another description to our realm, right? If you look close, this is another description, all right? Now, I want you to pay attention to it because this is apparently our realm, right? Now, this is a cross section. If you ask me, it's another cross section. The same way I give you the eyes when it's cross section. So I've been through this before, right? But we've got new people that also join my channel, and I want to make sure they're up to speed, right, with the things I present to them. Now, you see how you got the pillars on each side, all right? You got the pillars here and the pillars here, all right? You see that? Pillars on each side. Now, really, these pillars go all the way around, right? But they're showing you a cross section. It's cutting half, dissected, so you can see it from a cross section view, right? Now, these pillars would go all the way around like a ring, right? These trees would be hidden, is what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right? You shouldn't be able to see these trees. This would be Eden. They're exposing Eden to you right now, right? You understand what I'm saying? So this is Eden in another term, but they're showing you because these pillars have been cutting off. These pillars would go all the way around, right? The pillars would go all the way around, but they're giving you a cross section, ladies and gentlemen, right? They're showing you live inside of a cavity, a crater, like, right? You're living inside of something because they have to cut it open to show you exposed. It's exposed now. right? The crater. Oh yeah. It's how the light works, right? It's how the light works. Living in a crater.
James, for the last 40-some years, has been sculpting the rim of the crater to create this experience of celestial vaulting, but he's also been creating and he's envisioned 23 different spaces and chambers.
And
been creating the rim of the crater.
Living in a crater. Living in a crater. That's what they're depicting here. If we want to really go by what the ancients are showing us, right? This is what they are depicting here, ladies and gentlemen. Living in a crater. This is a cross section of your home. You're inside a crater. Right? You can't tell me nothing. If we want to talk about what the ancients are showing us, you're showing you're inside of the crater. All right, bro Sanchez? Don't forget that part if you're going to include the ancients and descriptions and shapes. All right? Please don't.
To create this experience of celestial vaulting, but he's also been creating and he's envisioned 23 different spaces and chambers.
And if you look closely, you can see the hollow earth symbol again, the pyramid with the circle above.
A mountain or cone with on top a sphere.
That right, that's all.
And something just semantics you want to think about. The root word of horizontal is horizon, meaning that the very people who invented the word horizontal and horizon had the flat earth concept in mind. Some of these words we use are older than the globe model itself, such as the word horizontal. When you say you're circumnavigating the earth, the word circum is dealing with what? A circle. You're not spherical navigating the earth. You don't spiral navigate the earth. You never.
No, and that's the beauty of, concave system, because they're flying around in a concave system in a circle, right? Flying around in a concave system. Yeah. Flat earth, concave, right? But that's what they're doing. They're not flying around no globe. Hell no.
Navigating above a circle. You're navigating above a circle. A compass is meant to be held flat and it is calibrated to one pole. If you were on a globe, when you go below the equator, your compass will point magnetic south. They never do. There's one monopole at the center of a circle, according to the ancients who were the most advanced when it comes to the studying of the stars and the heavens. Question, did they know the shape of the earth? Well, they based their entire calendrical system off of their conception of the universe, which is based on the flat earth model.
No, it's not based off a flat earth model. It's just based on a non-moving earth, right? The shape is still up for debate, bro Sanchez. It's not based on a flat earth model, right? It just proves that it's a non-moving, construct. That's all. The shape's still up for debate in case you didn't know, right? Salute to the Grand Old chat room. How we doing? How we doing? Grand Old chat room. Yes, sir. Big up to you folks. Much love. 420 if you got that. Bit of dissecting going on here, right? In case you didn't know, we got Bro Sanchez on the chopping block again. Right. So let's keep going. 420. Lay low.
The globe model is the youngest conception of our earth. It's only a few hundred years old, and it came to us when the Ptolemies took over Egypt.
I disagree that the globe's the youngest, because the globe actually falls in line, right, with the egg. It's the closest thing to the egg, right? The globe is the closest thing to the egg. It's not really the youngest in a sense of, maybe in a sense of teaching to the public, in a sense, I don't know. But the globe is the closest thing to the egg. If anything, flat Earth. Flat Earth, because I've seen flat Earthers. Look, where's it gone? The other one that we just had up. Where's it gone? Go back here a second. Well, we just had it here a second ago. The square one. What was it? The square. Where's it gone? The mound one gone. Gone. Yeah, now it's like, what do you call it? A glitch in the matrix. It's just, I can't even see it on here. Damn. Okay. Anyway, the mound one, right? I've seen flat earthers use the mound one, but then they, they kind of fall short because they don't really understand what they're looking at. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I want to show it to you folks, but it should be around here somewhere.
23 different spaces and chambers.
And if you look closely, you can see the hollow earth symbol again, the pyramid with the circle above.
A mountain or
Celestial.
There you
Smoke is
go.
also
Ah, there it is.
the rim of the crater.
That one right there, right? That one right there. His one right here. I've seen flat earthers. I've even been with Bro Sanchez back in the day when we've looked at this one. But like I said, I didn't understand it. I did not understand what I was looking at. They still act like they understand. Right? They don't understand this. Because if they would understand this, they would include crater Earth. Right? They would tie it in with this. Inside the crater. Right? Inside the crater. And where do we see craters? I'm changing up my logo for you. Change up this avatar, that ass. Boom. There you go. See that avatar on the screen right there? Right there? Yeah. That's where you get craters. Right? That's where you get craters. Yeah. Craters. Crater Earth, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they're showing you. Crater Earth. You look up in the sky, this is it. Reflection. Right? Reflection. Let's keep going.
The ancient Egyptians had a cosmology called Nut and Gab. Drop a one in the chat room if you're familiar with that. They did not have a globe. When the Greeks invaded Egypt, they not only gave us their interpretation of the Bible and this new blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus, but they gave us the globe model. And they told you that when they came in contact with our people, we thought the earth was flat. But they didn't tell you that we were right about that. They mocked it. See, The people who said we live on a globe couldn't handle what flat earth meant for society.
You know the craziest thing, right? Because he know, or I don't know whether he knows what he's saying, right? But look at the way how he's saying it, right? The people that say we live on a globe, right? Listen to it.
What flat earth meant for society, what it meant for the people who said we live on a globe couldn't handle what flat earth meant for society, what it meant for the world.
No, they understand. They gave you flat earth. That's the thing. It's always been the opposite of what mainstream said, right? Mainstream said they live on a globe. Hollow earthers said we live in the globe, right? In the globe, right? In the globe, which gave birth to flat earth, right? Which gave birth to flat earth. It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. The only thing that's opposite to the globe is hollow earth, and that's opposite to the system. Right? Opposite to the system. You remember if the opposite says, if the system says we live on a sphere, it must be the opposite, right? We live inside of it. And then you can get to a flat earth understanding, right? Somewhere inside of it must be a flat surface somewhere, right? A flat surface somewhere. I don't know, right at the bottom somewhere. I don't know. But once we understand the mechanics of it, then we making it forward, I suppose. But at this moment, it seems to be the eye, the lens, the moon.
And that's what we're gonna go into today. A lot of people want to say, why would they lie? Why would the globe be something that's worth lying about? Who cares, right, about the shape of the earth? I'm gonna give you a little nutshell answer, and we'll get deep on it in a minute because I want to start the video reviews. But if you don't know where you are, you don't know what you are, you don't know why you are.
You said it. If you don't know where you are, you don't know what you are, you don't know why you are. Right? Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's flat earth. What is it connected to? What is it a part of? What is it? They don't tie it in with anything. Their existence is tied into nothing. It's just hanging by a thread. At least we're trying to tie it in with, micro to macro. You see what we're trying to do? The eye is tied into something. Our construct is tied into something. Right? You got the globe, you got the lens, globe. Like, we're trying to tie it in with something. They're not tying it in with nothing, so it don't make no sense. You're like, okay, what's next? Okay, flat earth. Yeah, yeah, okay. What is it? Where is it? What is it? We ain't figured that part out. Come over here. I'm like, yo, it's a motherfucking eye. You got one. I got one. Deal with it. We can build on that. Right? Build on that.
You see, the what is tied to the where, like the fish in the ocean.
Yeah, the what is tied to the where. What is it tied to? What is flat earth tied to? Yeah, I'm sure the ancients had an end goal. It was tied to something, right? It was easy enough. It's right in front of our eyes, right? Easy enough. Easy enough. They said, hey, listen, family, these people are going to try to talk to you about a globe, right? The only globe you need to know, family, is the globe in your head, your eye, right? These people are going to say you live on a globe, family. Just know you live inside of the globe, family. Hollow earth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're going to try and trick your family. Be aware of that. All right, cool. Got the message. Let's keep going.
Like the line in the, you can fill in the blank jungle, right? What you are is directly tied to where you are, and where you are is directly tied to what you are, like the eagle in the sky. So check this out, right? There are places you're confined to based on what you are. When they say that the earth is a globe, they also saying we're measly flesh and bone humans crawling around a rock that's whirling through a vacuum of darkness called space. It gives us no purpose. It says that nothing created the earth, it just happened. There's nothing up there to look forward to. There's nothing after death, right? You're just a germ on a rock fighting for resources. What if all that's a lie? Right? So what if, like the
Germ on a rock fighting for resources. I mean, that might be one of the realest things I heard you said. Heard you say, excuse me. Like micro to macro. Germs, you know. Biology and shit, like it's lenses, telescopes, you know, experiments. Yeah. Bacteria on a rock. Yeah, I believe that. The black rock, right? On the rock. Okay. Let me hear that back again.
right? You're just a germ on a rock fighting for resources. What if all that's a lie? Right? So what if
What if all that's a lie? Yeah, that. What if all that's a lie? And that's what seems to be happening, though. Everyone's fighting for resources, right? Meanwhile, we're not even knowing it's a macro world out there. So therefore, we could be germs, right? Germans, right? Germs, right? Fighting for the resources, right? On some type of rock, right? On some type of black rock. Crazy.
like the ancients said, the earth is not even physical. Your whole concept of physicality need to change. Because the earth, what we're finding out today, even with modern science, is more showing the signs that it may be a simulation, a digital program, just like the movie The Matrix. So when people say, why would they lie? That's one of the reasons too. I don't think the church ready for this kind of scientific truth about our reality. They rather it stay in Hollywood. Now we're gonna get into all this today. I'm just giving y'all my intros like I always do. This is very relevant when it comes to Charleston White, because what you got to realize with any kind of awakening, with any kind of truth movement, you will always have distractors, co-opters, and people that are there to be control opposition. And this was something that was said to Black people that we should look out for. I think it was Steve Coakley who said, Black people are the only race that allow their entertainers, comedians, and celebrities and all them to be their leaders. Let me see if I can find that. That was a powerful little excerpt. We're going to play that.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Stop pandering. Get out of here. So get onto the work.
Charleston White, he's a perfect example of this.
This is coming from a guy who used to be in the military. God damn. Drop a bomb, Becky.
Steve Coakley said, Black people's leaders are comedians, rappers, entertainers. But when you look at legit nation,
Yeah, they was singing and dancing for the white man. These rappers and entertainers. You was fighting for the white man. So what's up? What is up? You was fighting for the white man. They're dancing for the white man. You're fighting for the white man. What's up? You're no different. You're no different. We figured that part out. You're no different. Yeah, you was fighting for the white man. They were dancing for the white man. You're no different. Let's get to it, man.
who You don't got a lot of silly, goofy stuff. Or so, like for example, you look at Netanyahu, you get a sense of seriousness. You don't get this like when you look at Trump. Oh, he used to be an actor in Hollywood, and this old clown ass like act. America's a joke, man. It's a damn joke. You look at other countries' leaders, it's someone to fear. You look at ours, it's like that clown ass nigga who be on Twitter all day. So you got to understand that we're like ancient Rome. Are you not entertained? We're the spitting image of the Colosseum culture, to where your politics is centered around entertainment, gladiatorship. Celebrities have a voice in your world. Let me tell you something. When I was in South Korea,
See, double standards. Celebrities have a voice in your world. These flat earthers love it when these rappers and sports people come out and talk about flat earth, right? They love it. They love it, love it, love it when these people come out and talk about flat earth. So don't try that one, Mr. Sanchez, right? They love it. Right? Oh, have you seen Bob? Bob the rapper talks about flat earth. Have you seen this? Get out of there, right? Don't try it.
real, didn't no goddamn rock artists have that much power over what the government doing. But in America, Dennis Rodman and Jay-Z can buy your damn mayor. You can have rappers got the president.
I beg to differ. You know about the boy Kanye? Kanye got a whole festival cancelled in England, in London. He got it shut down, and he's not even from here. Right? You see why we put our apples in the Kanye basket at this moment, right? You're following the wrong horse, my man.
Showing up at their goddamn birthday party. Yeah, man, we chilling here with Donald Trump. He in the back room, you know, rolling up a blunt right now. He'll be back in the White House tomorrow, but that's America. So that's what Steve, I got to set the stage for this so you can see what we dealing with here. People want everything to be entertaining, but there's some shit in life that's just supposed to be boring, man. Like, for example, if you're learning fucking trigonometry, if you're learning, let's say you're fucking learning some tedious ass skill that you need to learn, but it's boring. For example, you learning how to fix a toilet, and you dealing with shit and fecal matter and all that. Now that's boring. It ain't entertaining, but it's necessary, right? So the thing about what is so fun about drinking a glass of water? Nothing. It's boring, right? But it's good for you, ain't it?
Oh Lord, you're feeling your dancing. Come on, get to it.
But see, the way we in blanket span, people can't sit time to get, you know what I'm saying? But instead of grandma's cooking, because that shit gonna take long. But Steve Coakley was saying, he was saying that basically that's how they dumbing our people down. Gurus. That's want to know who cares about you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's get to that part.
On our side.
Hold on.
I don't want to listen to the whole thing, just the key parts, because he's talking about a lot of different stuff.
All right, here we go. This is the part that's got Bro Sanchez pressed. Let's see why he's pressed, right? Let's have a look, see, right? 420 if you got that. We're finally here now, right? We're finally here, right? So 420 if you got that. Do me a favor, folks. Hit that like button for your boy one time. Salutes. Thank you.
Have you seen the astronauts?
They lying. Yeah, y'all seen it. They ain't got no space shuttle riding on side of it recording it. They ain't got no drone.
This guy is bloody hilarious. Mr. White, you know, Mr. White.
Showing us the outside footage of that motherfucker as they travel. They ain't got no camera. It's a satellite that's showing us that motherfuckers just shot them out. They ain't got nothing but some
Yeah, hey, he's talking that shit though. He's talking that shit, right? He's talking about how come they ain't got an outside camera, right? How come they haven't got an outside camera? He said they're just zooming off. You see the man. He said zoom in. Tell them again, Charleston. Tell them.
ain't got no camera. It's a satellite that's showing us that motherfuckers just shot them out. They ain't
Just shut loud. You get me? Shut loud. Hey, he's not playing. We've been answering that question. Why don't they put a camera on the outside and show us the approach, right? Why don't we see the approach? That's the things we want to see, right? Put a camera on the front, the back, you know, one of those 360 cameras. I'm pretty sure you can do that by now, right? I've seen people put 4K cameras on balloons and send them up. You get a clearer image on these, you know, experiments that people do with these balloons. They send the cameras up there and it's like, wow. Better than the NASA feed, right?
ain't got nothing but some niggas in some capsules looking in the camera. Yeah.
Some niggas in the castle looking at the camera.
Just shot them out. They ain't got nothing but some niggas in some capsules looking in the camera. Yeah, I don't believe that.
The reason why I said Charleston White ain't on our side and it's controlled opposition.
Uh-oh. Why? Tell me why. Hold on, take you back.
The reason why I said Charleston
Some capsules looking in the camera. Yeah, I don't believe that.
The reason why I said Charleston White ain't on our side and it's controlled opposition, because Charleston White will tell you they lying, but he'll say it's a globe. Sort of the same thing people try to say about Bart, but I'm going to give Bart the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, you want to give Bart the benefit of the doubt. Oh, okay. There you go again. Pandering to the white man. Fighting for the white. All right, let's have a look at you and Bart. Let's have a look at Bart. Oh, there's Bart. This is Bart. Hey, apparently this is the guy who took a punch from one of the astronauts, right? This is the guy who took a punch from one of the astronauts. Chilling with Bro Sanchez. Hey, if you can get in close proximity with an astronaut, I don't trust you. That says a lot about you. How you let an astronaut punch you? Like, that's crazy, right? That is wild. And you're not slick because I saw the building was 36, right? I saw the building where you had the little altercation with building 36, 3 6s. You're not slick, Mr. Bart.
Peace and love. Welcome back, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. And tonight is going to be one of those conversations people talk about long after it ends. And we stepping directly into one of the most controversial debates of our time, which is the moon landings. And it's not just about space. It's not just about science. It's about trust, perception, and what we're being told is real. The moon mission in question is the recent one, Artemis 2, and this.
So yeah, for context, right? Let me say this. Look, because he said Bro Sanchez just said Charleston White, you know, is not a flat earther, but he thinks the world's a globe. Was it like that? Is that what he said? I'm pretty sure he said that. Right. But this guy here, right, this Bart guy, apparently he's a globie, but he don't believe in the moon landings. Right? He's a globie, but he doesn't believe in the moon landings. You see the difference there? Right? So he's a globie, but he doesn't believe in the moon landings. But Bro Sanchez still rocks with him, even though he's a globie. Charleston White doesn't believe in the moon landings. He was just mocking the Artemis shit. Right? But because he doesn't think it's flat earth, you think he's opposition. Right? Because he doesn't agree it's flat earth, but he still don't agree with the moon and the moon landing, he's opposition. But this guy here, he's not opposition to you. You just said it out of your own mouth. He's different. That's wild to me. That's wild. Okay.
This was a program being presented as humanity's return to the moon, but for many, this isn't a celebration. It's a red flag. And I see a lot of people asking questions. And because the same questions that have followed NASA for decades are now louder than ever, if you ask me, with this recent trip. Questions about technology, footage, physics, and whether what we're seeing lines up with what we're being told. So tonight, we're not avoiding those questions, and we're bringing on a man who has spent years challenging the official narrative, a filmmaker, an investigator who has built his reputation on digging into the moon landing story and beyond. Some call him controversial, others call him necessary, which is what I call him. But one thing,
You call him necessary. Yeah, see? Necessary. He's a globie. Flat earthers need the globies, right? They need the globies. He's necessary to them. And then, oh my Lord. Take it back.
controversial, others call him necessary, which is what I call him. But one thing is certain, though, he's not afraid to say what most people won't say. And tonight he's here to break down why he believes the Artemis mission doesn't add up and to present his case directly to you. So this is not about telling you what to think. It's not about putting the arguments on the table. Excuse me. It's about putting the arguments on the table and letting you decide, people. So whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or somewhere in between, I want y'all to lock in with us today because this is gonna be one of those conversations. So with no further ado, let's bring in Bart Sabrell.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's good to have you back, Bart. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Hold on, there was a bit of quiet time. Let me just jump in. You know what? It's crazy, right? Because I saw this interview happen, right? Well, not see it happen. Like, watched a little bit of it before, right? But I had no idea that was the guy who got smacked by that astronaut until, like a day later when I thought, hold on, I thought that's the same name as it is. Wow. And then, bit slow, but yeah, hey, we're here. We're here, right? But like I said, if they get that close to you, are you in that circus also? How do you get that close to an astronaut and let him smack you, right? How? And the building was 36, right? 36, yeah, 3 sixes. How come nobody's talking about that part? Go and have a look. Yeah, go and have a look.
So what do you think about this entire Artemis trip? I was on your channel prowling around and I was just soaking up all the arguments you was presenting about the shadow locations and stuff like that. I don't know if you have any if you prepared to present any slides or if you can just verbally go into that. I wanted to start right off with something concrete. And I think that when I saw you going over how the shadows, um, the angles of the shadows being inconsistent with reality, I thought that that was something that was like undeniable proof. So I got a couple of them that I think are just those undeniable arguments. And that was the first one, if you wanted to. Go
Sure.
ahead.
It's interesting. You say and I say undeniable, but people still deny it anyway.
Now that's
I
crazy.
talked to a college professor at a major university, and he said even in
Hold on, Bart. Hold on, your horses. Let's have a look. Because we need to get some context here. This is the guy, right? Let's have a look. See, hold on. Come on about my age. Oh, let's do it this way. Talking about verify my age. Let's see if we can do it this way. Give me a second. See, it's wild because when I do it through Google, I have to verify my age. Isn't it? Down, you're slowing me down. Let's do it through this way. Give me a second, folks. All right, West StreamYard. All right, cool. So the guy who Sanchez is interviewing. All right, the one who he's interviewing. This is his come up. All right, let's have a look at his come up. Let's have a look at his come up. Yes, Lord. Let's keep going.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon? Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
I'm not trying to get
You tell him to get out of here.
This is a hotel.
We'll call the police.
We paid.
Come on in here, we'll call the police.
Solicit
You like that? Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
It doesn't, sir. I don't have nothing to do with this. But
Okay.
you cannot solicit on this property.
We just paid
Right now-
to rent out the penthouse to shoot up there.
You
So
can't solicit like this on this property. All right. Well, then I'd go.
What did that sign say? Hold on.
So
You can't solicit like this on this property.
Oh, rodeo.
Right, well,
Oh, calf rodeo. Okay.
then I'd go through my measures.
you got to keep shooting, man. Okay. Well, you can put it on your shoulder. Don't be shy.
There you go. Yeah. 360. Yeah. All right. 360. Yes, sir. Yeah. What a coincidence. Okay. Interesting. Let's keep going.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
Woo!
Away from
Look at the fist.
Walked on the moon when you
Oh
didn't.
no.
Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented.
Look at the fist. He's charging up. He's gonna hit him with that Super Saiyan shit. He's charging up. Look at the fist. Yo. Granddad's about to give him a wallop. Why I order? If you don't leave me alone, son. Why I order? Look at the fist. Look at the fist, boy. Damn.
Get away from me.
I want to see it land.
You're a coward and a liar
Oh, someone walked in the way. Look.
and a thief.
Oof. Yo. That's wild. She turned away. She couldn't look. She said, "You're about to get knocked out. I can tell. He's gonna handle his business. He's gonna handle business." I try to warn him. It's above me. It's above me. It's out of my hands. It's above me. I try to warn him. I try to warn him. Oh my Lord. Yeah, that's him apparently.
If an Apollo astronaut went on national TV and said the moon missions were fake, he'd still think he walked on the moon anyway. That he will not recant the glorious moon landings, which they've made a god out of, literally. If even God, chances.
Let me see the chat. One second. Gosh, we're going ahead today. 60 showing. Staged. Yeah. Grandpa throwing hands. Yeah. Stage shit, right? You can tell. Good stuff. Welcome. Welcome.
Is our quote science, whatever that is your God, and the God of science is putting a man on the moon. The issue about Artemis isn't really Artemis. The issue about Artemis is Apollo. even if Artemis did what they claim to have done, it proves they did not go to the moon. Now I'm going to bring up my screen and talk some of those. I'm sending you, it says a request to share my screen.
There you go.
And you, let me hit. Okay, continue. I'm going to go ahead and share. Let's see, this one back over the shoulder side by side. Content only. I've got 3 monitors here. Let's make sure I pick the right one.
Hey, he looks like somebody. He kind of looked like my stalker. He kind of looked like my stalker a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, like big sister or stalker. Okay. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me find out. Hold on a second. No way. No way. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait. Hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of familiar still. I kind of knew it. What? What? No way. Hold on a second. Folks, tell me you see it. Am I tripping? Hold on a second. Where is it? Am I tripping? You see it as well, right? No? Is it just me? You're he. Check. You're he. You don't see it? You don't see it, no? No? You don't see it yet? I see it. Like for like. I see it clearly. Like for like. This is the guy who got punched in the face by Buzz Aldrin. Bruised up his eye. Look, bruised up his eye. Look, Buzz bruised him up. Buzz bruised him up, boy. Damn, that must have been a mean right hand. Well up. Jeez. Oh, look. Got to get the long head in there. There you go. Bingo. Same bruised eye, same weird looking face. Bingo. That's valid. That is valid. Got a punch in the face. He got punched in the face by Jack Talcott. That's the equivalent to getting punched by Jack Talcott. He got punched in the face by Jack. Oh, that's crazy. That is wild. Okay.
I guess it's this one. Share. Let me double check. You're seeing my logo, right?
I'm seeing your face again. You're sharing your Zoom call meeting, I think.
Oh, okay. Let me see which one here. Let me try again. Go to.
Come on, you boomer. What do you mean you've never been on a show? Is this your first time? Is this your introduction? This your introduction level, bro Sanchez now, yeah? Okay.
Stop sharing. I've got 3 monitors, so I'm trying to make sure I share the right one here. Okay, share. And I guess this one, desktop 1. There we go. Share. Okay, so now you're seeing my logo, correct?
There
We're
you
seeing your
go.
logo.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about why Artemis proves that they did not go to the moon, even if Artemis did what they claim to have done, which I gave them the benefit of the doubt at first, but it looks like they probably did not leave Earth orbit either. The thing is, Artemis had to leave Earth orbit. If they didn't, it would prove that the 1969 moon landing claims were false. So they had to leave Earth orbit. If they admitted they can't leave Earth orbit, then how could they possibly go to the moon in 1969? Mm-hmm. So of course, there's a number of problems from leaving Earth orbit. Do they have enough fuel? And greater still, the lethal radiation that they admit is an obstacle. First of all, let's look at this picture here. And even if Artemis did what they claim to have done, and it looks like I can move this over here. This is the normal progress of technology. Okay, so here's first flight. It's a kite airplane. It took them multiple attempts to get off the ground. And in 1903, they flew 37 yards and their top speed was 7 miles per hour. 49 years later, you have jets flying 2,000 miles on 1 tank of fuel at 500 miles per hour. The bottom left, you've got in 1971, them allegedly driving cars on the moon. The smartest AI in the world said that picture we're looking at in the bottom left is fake.
Damn. Smartest AI in the world said that picture is fake. I can believe that. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. Okay, let's keep going.
It said that this mountaintop is a fake backdrop and that this astronaut is actually a doll on a remote controlled moon rover toy.
Wow.
And they miniaturized everything so that they could have a larger background and make the
Globies must be like, this is so real. This is so real. That's crazy. Miniaturized it. Yeah, I mean, it's clever, but at the time, it's only a matter of time.
Background look bigger. But in any case, they're claiming they were able to drive cars on the moon on the first attempt with 1/1,000th the computing power of a cell phone. Okay. After they put one person in space in 1961, didn't even do an orbit. He just went from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean and stayed in space for a whopping 15 minutes. Only one astronaut NASA had put in space. They set an 8-year goal to go 1,000 times farther than the space station, orbit the moon at 3,000 miles per hour, undock from that spacecraft and land a rocket vertically down to 0 miles per hour. Okay. Now, with 5 decades better technology and 10 million times more computing power.
Yeah, hold on. Let's talk about that. Has anybody seen them rockets that come down vertically? Has anybody seen that shit? Is that real? Can anybody let me know? Is that shit real? Them rockets coming down vertically, is that real or fake? Who does that belong to? Is that Elon? I've seen that a few times and to me it looks fake, but I've never actually entertained it. I'm just like, oh, not this again. But I think they look fake. Is that really a thing?
The first time Elon Musk trying to land a rocket vertically, it blew up. Second time, it blew up. Third time, it blew up.
You said you've recorded it. So is that real? Is that a real thing? No way. Is that real? Wow. You're gonna have to share that with us. I need to see that coming from someone, other than a NASA source or one of those outlets. I need to see like a, normal civilian, lack of better words, a person.
The fourth time, it blew up. So with 5 decades better technology and 10 million times more computing power, it took Elon Musk 5 tries to land a rocket vertically, which they claim they did 6 times in a row. Okay. And now fast
So it belongs to Elon Musk, right? They let them vertical rockets. Okay.
forward 55 years later, lower right hand picture, and the best they can do is look out the window at the moon going by. What that means is they're claiming there's greater technology in the past than in the future. But that's a historic and scientific impossibility. Kite brother or the Wright brothers kite airplane, 49 years later, we have jets. So if they could go to the moon in that picture there and drive cars and play golf on the moon on the first attempt, keep in mind they set an 8-year goal in 1961. They were ahead of schedule. And then they had to turn off the rocket, drive cars, play golf, launch back up, and perfectly synchronize to go from 0 miles per hour to a spacecraft going 3,000 miles per hour, okay, with 1 million computing power for cell phone, then come back to Earth. They were ahead of schedule within an 8-year goal. Now, the picture on the lower right, with 6 decades better technology, they are 8 years behind schedule just to loop around the moon and look at it out the window, right? So they can go from 1 astronaut in space and within 8 years drive cars on the moon, but 60 years later, after putting 350 astronauts in space, they're 8 years behind schedule just to look at the window at the moon going by. Okay, so there we've proven it logically. You cannot have greater technology in the past and in the future, which means they didn't go to the moon, which means they lied, they bluffed, like in poker, right? You have crap, but you pretend you've got a good hand, and that placated the American people at the time. Who knew it would be so long for them to be able to return to the moon, and they still can't do it. Artemis, if they actually left Earth orbit, which I'm beginning to have my doubts about, then they're still only doing 1/5 of what they claim to have done on the first attempt with 6 decades older technology. There's never been a scientific breakthrough.
You know what? I was actually going to say something, but then I just saw the message down there. But yeah, you seen them in Wisconsin, right? Yeah, the drone reference. I think they could just be drones, instead of like rockets. Because if we're talking rockets, are we talking about rockets that carry people to space? Because that's a different size rocket, right? What size are we talking about with these rockets? Or are they the type of rockets that, gather information? Then that's a different thing, right? I can kind of see that being more logical. But if we're talking about rockets that carry people in space and come back down and land, like what we see in these movies, I kind of doubt that part. Could be, I don't know, but I doubt it.
Through, like flying across the Atlantic, or splitting the atom into an atomic bomb, or breaking the sound barrier, that no nation on Earth could repeat it 50 years later. But that's what we have. No nation on Earth can repeat driving cars and playing golf on the moon, which was so easy to be able to be done on the first attempt ahead of schedule with 1 millionth computing power cell phone. And for some strange reason, with 6 decades better technology, you can only look out the window at the moon going by, right? So you can't have greater technology in the past, which means they faked the original moon landing claim. That's what's key about Artemis. If the Apollo missions were real, that means they've left Earth orbit 9.
Yeah, but see, even boring me now, but because we know all this, I heard all this shit. We're aware of all this shit. How come 9 years later and you got nothing new? But 9 years later, bro, Sanchez got nothing new. You folks never got nothing new. Just the same old shit that we know. Fuck are we doing out here? They never got nothing new for me. Same old shit. Yeah, 'cause we know they faked the moon landing. Because if they faked Apollo, then Artemis, we definitely know they faked that. But Artemis really means Apollo. I'm with you. I'm with you. Shut up. Nothing new from these people. Boring. I like new stuff. That shit is wild. Yeah, then they're describing hollow Earth, but calling it flat Earth. How dare they? Right? How dare they? That ain't right. That's not right at all. Just look at the complete the Matrix.
Welcome to Glitches in the Matrix Part 8. Today we're checking out a ton of new glitches as well as some Glitch in the Matrix stories. So real fast, if you didn't already know, glitches in the Matrix are strange visual anomalies that can make you feel a little confused. There are even some that believe these glitches are evidence that this is all a simulation, while others just seem to enjoy them. But ultimately, I'll leave that decision up to you. So as always, like, subscribe, check out my Patreon for exclusive videos, and let's get into some glitches in the Matrix. Here's an insane video of a baseball bat that just flies away.
Look, it was so far inside, it hit the knob of the bat. Look at that bat waggle.
Look at that.
How's that for a replay? Bat.
Wow, and it even hit the guy on the head. It hit the guy's helmet. That's crazy.
Look, it was so far inside.
It's as if gravity gives up, and the baseball bat has a mind of its own.
How's that for a replay?
But that throw must have been fast, powerful. For it to generate that much power to push a bat away like that, forget about it. All right, forget about it. You get hit one of those with one of those balls, whoo, yeah, you're coming up awful. That power. Look at that.
Up, and the baseball bat has a mind of its own.
Look. It started picking up speed. It was getting faster. Towards the end, it started moving faster. Did you see that? Look at it.
And the baseball bat has a mind of its own. This image is of a baby gate. And if you'll notice, the baby gate is diagonal, but the shadows are straight lines.
Why is that? Why is that? It should be like, diamonds, right? What's going on there? Interesting. I tell you what, if the Athletic Warrior was here, he'll be able to figure this one out. All right, wherever you Z, we need you on this one. All right, this one's beyond me. I'm seeing diamond shapes, but I'm seeing horizontal lines. I'm confused here, Z. I'm baffled. Where you at?
The shoe in this video isn't quite reflecting the way it's supposed to be. Check this out.
Okay.
Up next is a perfectly cut out square in a mountainous region. Why? How? Now, if this was over farmland or something, that would make sense. But these are mountains. Why is there a perfect square or rectangle cut out?
Yeah, in the mountain region. I see that. Look at that. Perfect square cut out in the mountains. What's going on there?
Out of the mountains like this. In this window, there is a reflection of a car that seemingly doesn't exist. Check this out. No, seriously though, where is this car? Here's what looks to be a tree walking on its own. I know that sounds crazy, but check this out. Now, one explanation for this could be that the tree fell over, which makes a lot of sense. But if you look carefully, you can see that it actually raises up towards the end. If it was falling, it would just fall straight down. Why would it raise up, then fall? Am I to believe there's walking trees now? Here's a truly haunting video of a guy stuck in place. What really makes this video special to me is that no matter what the cameraman does, this guy does not move.
He's bibbing his horn. Said, move. Jeez. Look, he's stuck in time. Look at the bloke. He's stuck in time. Yo, he's stuck in time. Look at him. They had to speed it up. What is going on here? He's not moving.
Yo,
Look.
that's mad. How he just stood still like that? Yo, that's mad. How he just stood still like that? Nah. This guy's bugging.
Here's an incredible collection of perfect.
That was real. That was wild. That is crazy.
Perfectly synchronized cats. Here's an incredible collection of perfectly synchronized cats. Synchronized cats.
Look at that.
Here's a guy walking in place as if he's rotating the world himself. Here's the thing about snow. If you're walking on snow, you sink down into it, unless the snow is incredibly icy. And if it's incredibly icy...
Hey, this guy's walking and he's going nowhere. Is this another NPC or something? Look, he's not moved. He's just walking in one place. And he's going downhill. May I add that? He's going downhill and he's going nowhere. I could understand if he was going uphill. He's going downhill and he's going nowhere. Look.
If you're walking on snow, you sink down into it, unless the snow is incredibly icy. And if it's incredibly icy, then you're slipping. Does this man look like he's slipping? No. It looks like he's just walking. Infinitely.
Infinitely.
Here's a lamp that is turned off. If you look at the computer screen, it looks as though it's reflecting light. This doesn't make any sense. Here's some more footage of someone running in place. But the creepy part about this is they're literally standing in place. They're on a driveway, they're running, and they're not going anywhere. But they keep running.
Oh, I found a glitched person. Just wait. They look like they're running, right? They're not.
Is it a glitch? Is it a new workout I've never heard of? Or is it something else?
They're staying in place. They've been there for like 2 minutes. What?
For like 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. Right. What is this place? How can you be jogging for 2 minutes in the same spot? This must be a new trend, right? Damn.
Here is an onion that can't decide what it wants to be. It's perfectly split. And speaking of split things, here is a tree that looks like it's been cut in half. In fact, it looks like two trees cut in half and then combined together with each other. Is this even the same type of tree? What is this? Someone please explain this to me. Imagine you wake up, walk outside, and you see this. If I walked outside and saw this, I would say, this is all a simulation. None of this is real. What is even going on? Here's a really interesting photo of a person wearing two bracelets, and somehow one bracelet clipped through the other bracelet. And if you look carefully, you'll see that this is seemingly impossible. How did this happen? This was either intentionally done just for views, which is kind of stupid because this post didn't really get any views, or this actually happened.
You know what? When I see this one here, right, it reminds me of the time, right, I got a mosquito there. Where'd that come from? Was that a mosquito? What the hell is it? Yeah, I borrowed a friend one of my belts, right, and when he gave it back to me, for some reason, I don't know how it happened, but it reversed. I don't know how he managed to do it, but it reversed, meaning I couldn't even wear it anymore, right? Couldn't even wear it. I didn't wear it for a long time, right? When I mean it reversed, like it, for some reason, the belt went through the hoop the other way and it was just fixed the other way. I don't know how it happened, but that's how it came back to me, right? Couldn't wear it, wouldn't wear it because it was effed up. One day I was going through my wardrobe and everything, cleaning out some stuff. Came across the belt. No, my missus came across the belt. She said, "Oh, your old belt's here." I said, "Yeah, that's broken. I don't wear it anymore." She went, "What's wrong with it?" I said, "It just don't work. It's messed up." Right? I don't know why I kept it, but when she threw it to me, it suddenly was fixed. I was like, "What the?" All this time I thought it was broken. I remember it being broke, right? But when we looked through the cupboard, getting rid of some things, she gave me the belt back. I was like, "Huh?" This belt was broken. I remember it being broken. That's why it's been in the back of the cupboard. Crazy.
And if it did, that's pretty incredible.
Listen up, because this is the.
No, what? Hold on. There was this one. Check this out, right?
Ever. This woman is working in a restaurant and cuts a lemon in half. Then she cuts it again. She walks away to grab a bag. Comes back only to realize that her lemon isn't cut in half anymore. I'll let her explain.
So I'm like inspecting it. I take it out of the bag. I grab this lemon, trying to see if I cut that one. I recut the lemon because the lemon wasn't cut anymore. I'm freaking out because the lemon was not cut in half anymore. It was literally intact. And you can see.
Yeah, that was wild. We see you cut that, girl. I see you cut that. I see you cut it. So it had to have been something, I don't know, but I see you cut it. Yeah.
See me in the video cut the lemon in half. There was a glitch. This has never happened to me, and I don't know how to act. I'm freaking out.
Then, get this, her TikTok blows up. Even articles are written about it. And then TikTok deletes that video and bans her account.
Damn. They delete that video and ban your account. But that was wild. Look, you see it there. Look, they're showing it here on the right-hand side. Sorry, left-hand side, right? She cut it. Look. You see it. They banned her account. That's crazy. That's a big glitch. That's a glitch. Look, it's showing it being cut. We see it being cut. What is this place? What is this place?
TikTok says she's under 13. She appeals because she's obviously older than 13, and it gets rejected. Then it asks for her ID.
Look, she's about to cut it again. Look, she cut it once, then she's going to cut it again. Look.
So she submits her ID twice.
Boom.
And
She cut it, sliced, clean through. I see it.
TikTok just scrubbed it all from the internet. Kind of weird, right? Eventually, she's able to get back onto the platform by using her mom's phone. But she's unable to create an account anymore with any of her emails, her phone number, anything like that. Now, here's the thing. If you've been on TikTok for long enough, you know what's allowed and what isn't allowed. And there's nothing questionable about her video. There's nothing worth banning, nothing worth hiding, nothing worth suppressing. It's just so strange. Here's what she had to say.
Yeah, that's me. Anyways, I had to remake my account, okay? They banned my account. They banned my whole account. I tried opening my TikTok, and this is what I opened to. And I send an appeal, right? Send my ID, and look. I did this twice, and they denied me both times. I don't understand why. Like, why TikTok? Now, what was the real reason, okay? What was the real reason you deleted? Like, isn't that a little sus? Isn't that a little?
That is completely sus. That's completely sus. I'm still confused. Like, how did the orange, like, not cut? I mean, I'm just lost for words. That's strange. How did you like? Oh, that's strange. I'm baffled. I'm completely baffled right now because I know what I saw. Right? We all seen it. We seen it all together. Now, what's going on there? Like, that's confusing. Oh man, that's enough. 420, I suppose. That is crazy. To magic, maybe. Yeah. Knife from Timu. Yeah, exactly. Knife from Timu.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I had to make this account on my mom's phone because it wouldn't even it wouldn't let me create an account with anything. Not my Gmail, not another Gmail, not my phone number, not my Apple ID, like anything that pointed towards me, I couldn't make it. Like it did not let me.
It's so interesting.
Oh, anything that pointed towards her, it wouldn't allow her. That's crazy. You know what? I remember one time that happened to me, but there was nothing crazy behind it. But one time when I was trying to rent out a car, one site wouldn't allow me. Then I tried another site, wouldn't allow me. All of these sites, they wasn't allowing me for about a day, 2 days. I was confused. So yeah, but there was nothing, symbolic behind it. I just thought I'd share that with you. Things happen like that, you know.
To me personally, because of all the things that I've talked about on my channel, from the Mandela effect to the simulation theory, deja vu, time travel, ghosts, aliens, etc. Glitches are the only videos that get demonetized or taken down. Come to think of it, my glitch video was suppressed and demonetized.
Glitches get demonetized or taken down. Do you hear that? Glitches. The Matrix is revealing itself.
Under the excuse of harmful and dangerous acts, which it didn't contain any of whatsoever. Go watch it for yourself and find out. Now, we all love a good conspiracy, obviously. Humans love finding patterns and connecting the dots, because it's kept us alive this long. Oh, these berries are good. They help with inflammation. Oh, these berries are bad. They're poisonous and you'll get sick. Connecting the dots and details like that, it's in our DNA. Sometimes to our advantage and sometimes to our detriment. So maybe I'm seeing patterns that aren't really there, but I think it's interesting nonetheless. What are these lines? Some crazy unexplainable phenomenon? Something we can't quite figure out? People in...
Yeah, I've seen that before. I don't know what these lines are. It's like they're scouring or marking the earth. I think they do some data work during the nighttime, Yeah.
And airplanes.
I think they have drones, apparently. They have drones that do that at nighttime.
Playing with lasers, or perhaps it was quite literally a glitch in the Matrix. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. This next video is so cool. It is a massive building at the very end of the street that gets smaller the closer you get to it. Check it out. Be sure to look at the building right at the end of the street and watch the transformation. It is so trippy.
Let's zoom in. Damn.
The last glitch today is possibly my favorite glitch so far. It's in regards to a mysterious bag that was upstairs, somehow coming downstairs and being placed behind a closed and locked front door, overnight, where no one was staying. And get this, a Ring camera captured all of this, and what makes it even more unsettling is that this home is now empty because the woman who lived here recently passed away. This video toes the line between a glitch in the Matrix style video and a ghost video. Let's watch and listen to all the details so you can decide for yourself what really happened.
So this is the first step. Here's when I'm leaving my house. This is where I'm happy to stay. And she doesn't come back until the next morning. So there's nothing on the floor. There's nothing in sight. Specifically at the door, there's nothing left there. So my mum leaves, doesn't come back, and nobody else comes into the house. This is then the next morning. My mum is so confused because there's a gift bag left at the door. Nobody has had access to this house.
I wanted to pause right here and talk about how authentic that confusion is. Watch your mother react to what's going on. If you've ever encountered something spooky like this or some kind of strange glitch, it really does break
All
your
right, so
brain
mum
in a
left
way that
out, closed the door behind her, locked the door. There was nothing on the floor, right? Now there seems to be something on the floor. Even though she locked the door behind her and no one's been in the house. Yeah. Okay.
is completely visible to the camera. It's like a stunned disbelief. That disbelief, it's typically really hard to fake that. If someone's terrified, you can feel it. If someone's
Yeah, the
scared,
way she
you
looked
can feel it.
upstairs was like, what the hell? Yeah, she looked upstairs like, huh? Look how she looked up the stairs like, what's going on here?
Hard to fake that. If someone's terrified, you can feel it. If
No, she looked up there like, who's up here? Like, what's going on here? I locked the door behind me. I left out. I know my home, right? You know when you know your home, right? You know your home. You know your home. I know my home. That happened one time when I went away for a while. Came back home. Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. It's like, something don't seem right. Something don't seem right. I rang my brother. I said, yo, bro, you been to my house recently? He said, yeah, I had to stop by to get blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, cool. Okay, yeah, because I thought so. Something seems moved. I said, all right, cool, sorry. And that was it. So you know your home, right? She knows her home. Look at her. She's looking around like, I know my home. I know my home. What's this doing here on the floor?
scared, you can feel it. And if somebody's faking it, you can usually tell.
The ring camera didn't pick up any motion in between my mum leaving and my mum arriving back with any person detected. So this is what was left at the door. She's so confused. She says she remembers leaving that bag upstairs. There's a pair of slippers in it. And I'll show you what the bag said, like what the gift bag actually said. So it says on it a little something just for you, which is like so strange because gift bags usually say like happy birthday.
What? That's what was in the bag. A little something just for you. Wow. Nah, we ain't doing that. We are not doing that. I don't need a little something. You keep your little something. I don't know who you are, how you got in my house. Keep that. Keep that. No way. We ain't doing that. Different. And listen, I know me. If that was me and I come in the house and I seen that there, oh, I would have been very shaky. I would have been very shaky.
There, Merry Christmas or things like that. But the fact it says this is so weird, but the next clip is where it gets even weirder.
Wow, a little something just for you. Incredible. And now the biggest shock of the video.
So like I said, there's been no motion of a person detected in the house. It's literally just been my mum leaving, my mum coming back, but the ring camera like records through the night or just constantly. So I'll show you the next clip. This video is not edited. Watch right here. I'm just going to show it again.
What? Nah, that had to be edited. What's going on? That disappeared. What's going on? How did that disappear there? Nah. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. No way.
I just don't understand how a bag can just appear literally out of thin air. Like even if the ring camera is recording in frames, like not continuously recording, how did that bag disappear? And if it like fell down the stairs somehow, or how is it landing up the way?
She's absolutely correct. If there was movement, as if the bag fell down the stairs, or if someone was in the house and placed it there, the ring would have captured it. I know this because my ring camera tells me every time a leaf falls. It is the most obnoxious thing in the world, but I keep it around and it has proven its worth because one time it caught two sketchy people trying to break into my place. If I hadn't caught them with the ring, they would have taken everything. Anyway, what'd you think of this glitch? And which glitch was your favorite from today's video? Please let me know.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad, but you know. I don't know. Quite interesting. But nevertheless, grand old chat room. What is happening? What is happening? Why I started posting random videos. Yeah, you never know. Keep posting. Okay. That's it. They know who to mess with, right? Salute to the grand old chat room. Anything new from the grand old chat? Anyway, anything new from the flat earthers? Anything new from the flat earthers? Anything new from the Globies? Anything new from the Globies? No. Rising Earthers. Excuse me, Z, Natch. Anything new from Z and Natch? No. Still hiding. Z. Anything new from the Holographic Society? Anything new from the Holographic Society? No. Anything new from Mandela Boys? Della Della? Della Della? No. Okay. Anything new from the Hell Realm sector? Anything new from Team Evil, Hell Realm? No. Okay. That's it. That's it. Uh-oh, we got one. We got one. We got one. Yeah, we got one. Knew they would show themselves. You see, as soon as I said Hell Realm, they pop up. Yeah, like Candyman. Pop up when you mentioned the Hell Realm. Anything else you want to share with us? You want a link? Would you like a link? Would you like a link? What's that icon? What is that? Oh, an owl. Ooh. Nice. Nice. You've got Moloch in the building. Nice. Okay. Got Moloch. We've got El Diablos. Nice. Nothing but demon worshipping. No? Would you like a link? Come and express your feelings. Let me know before I get out of here. Let me know. What if all those theories are true? You never know. You never know. House of Christ is in Australia. Rising flat earth. Where past is changing. It's holographic sim. Holographic. Where's our friend? Where's our friend gone? Where's Moloch gone? Moloch. I tell you what, I'll give you a link as well. All right, I give you a link. I fancy a little chat before I get out of here. Before I get out of here, you know. There's a link for you. Come and tell me how you feel. The center. Get the center. Yeah, man. So what was they talking about today? What was they talking about over there? Where's it gone? Bart and Sanchez. All right. Bart Simpson.
Times before.
Sanchez. Same old shit that we already know. Let's have a look.
So I don't.
Yeah, we can hear that clear. Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Too loud or just right?
It was just right. It was
Okay,
just
good.
right.
Okay. So he says that the radiation is lethal and the technology to go through it has not been invented yet. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space, okay?
I see. We knew that already. Let's forward. Let's keep going. Let's see what else they got.
Well, that
Apollo 11. Calling in from about 130,000 miles out.
okay, so he just lied. That's not 130,000 miles out. This is the unedited reel that we have that says do not show to the public. There they are. That's Buzz Aldrin removing the effect in front of the window, proving that's a 1 foot model of the Earth, not the Earth floating in space. The lights come up, they open the iris, and you see the real location of the.
They opened the iris, right? They opened the iris. Right? Open that shit. Crazy. So see the light when it comes in, right? That's your iris. That's your mountains. Remember, I said the iris would be like the mountains on each side, right? That's your iris. This is a cross section, remember? This would go all the way around. The pupil would be here and your iris on either side. Right? Just like here. Just like here. That's fascinating. They call it the iris when it opens up.
The lights come up, they open the iris, and you see the real location of the camera, which is at the back of the spacecraft, and they're in Earth orbit with the bright reflective Earth outside the window. So we just proved that they are faking being halfway to the moon from Earth orbit. And if that weren't enough, we have another unedited reel. And this is of them. Let me close that window. You're going to hear the CIA on a third track of audio telling them to fake a 4-second radio delay. They're actually in Earth orbit, which is only about 250 miles above the Earth. So the conversations would be instantaneous. Like, hey, bro, how's it going? Hey, fine, Bart. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Doing fine. So that would give a together. But this picture on the right is. So we have a lot of strange things. Here's an interesting clip. Not enough. We have a death. He says, bro, is that I'm a murderer, is what he said. I killed somebody back in 1968. His son is there, and that's the person who we're going to hear from in this video. He was there at his father's deathbed confession. He said, who did you kill? And he said, a coworker at Cannon Air Force Base. And here's a shot of the base, and it says, Special Operations Headquarters. And the military police come in to investigate to give the family of the victim closure. Who did you kill? Where did you bury him? Maybe they said he disappeared or died in an accident or who knows what. And then the military police asked him, why? Why did you kill him? And he said, well, we've both eyewitnessed filming the fake moon landing there on a lunar set constructed in an airplane hangar. And my friend thought it was morally wrong, and he was going to tell the public, and I killed him to keep it a secret.
Damn. Jeez Louise. You killed your friend because he thought, what? Is that true? Is that how you people get down? Jeez, let me hear that again.
Set constructed in an airplane, filming the fake moon landing there on a lunar set constructed, filming the fake moon landing there. Well, we've both eyewitnessed filming the fake moon landing there on a lunar set constructed in an airplane hangar. And my friend thought it was morally wrong, and he was going to tell the public, and I killed him to keep it a secret.
Damn.
He even said that President Johnson was there the first of 3 days of filming and gave him a list of 15 people who were allowed in to observe. I got that list. I published it in my book. Some of those people are still alive. Listen to this guy talk about it. It's a summary. It lasts about 30 seconds long.
This is the story that my dad told me on his deathbed. In Cannon Air Force Base in 1968, he said by the time he got there, that there was already 2 large hangars that were connected to make it look like a lunar landscape. Inside the staging area, the lunar lander, all of the walls were painted flat black. And when Dad saw the moon landing on TV, he cried. He said he knew that what he had witnessed on TV was exactly what they recorded in that hangar.
And there you go. Shadows intersecting at 90 degrees, footage of them faking being halfway to the moon, the logic that you can't have greater technology in the past and in the future, as if they faked the moon landing and killed nobody. Maybe the
See, I ain't getting nothing new from this. Nothing. Excuse me. My tolerance for absolute trash has worn. I'm going, what's that? Into hibernation mode. YouTube trash is not worth my time or attention. You're not wrong there, my son. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. Whoops, I'm with you there. How do I get out of this? There you go. I'll leave that there just for you. You're part of the Team Evil sector. Team Evil. Team Evil. Team Evil much. Where's my stalker when you need him? Where's my stalker when I need him? Excuse me, need it. Where's my stalker when I need it? Huh? Where's my stalker when I need it? Where's my stalker when I need it? I need it now. Where's my stalker when I need it? I know my stalker sees me. My stalker sees all. Excuse me, not all, but everything I do. I got haters. I got to deal with it. I got to deal with it. Right? It's what happens when you're in the game. It's gonna happen. Just finishing off my flavors real quick, you know, just running my mouth off. Yeah. Yeah, that's the queen. That's the queen right there. He's your queen to be. Flavors, you get me? Hey. Hey. Yeah. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I know how to trigger the King's Demon. I love it. I love it. I love it. He's your queen to be. If you know, you know. But yeah, man, enough of the horror stories. Ooh, enough of them horror stories. Ooh, that was killing me. Killing me. So yeah, man, nothing new. I take it. Right? Nothing new. And that's how I like it. That's how it's gonna be. It's not even that's how I like it. It's just how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna be, unless the boys drop, right? Unless the boys drop. Shout out to the boys. Always got new stuff. Paul dropped something new, ladies and gentlemen. So go and have a look. Always new stuffs from the boys. You can guarantee the boys to come through. Salutes. But yes, I'm pretty sure we'll do this dance again ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All right, I'm pretty sure. You know, got a bit of spare time. Look into a bit of Hollow Earth and Hollow Moon. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Take what you need, right? Take what you need. Go forth. Take what you need. Dissect it. Right? Take what you need. And let me know what you come up with. If not, don't worry. I got this. Let me drive. Let me drive. All right? Let me drive. Till next time. Look after yourself. Love over war. Lay low. London. Grand Old Chat Room. Peace.